you.
Yay, thank you so much, Trouble, and welcome to the LEC postgame lobby where I'm joined by Jamada and Trymbi. Trymbi, congrats. Any first impressions on this series and how you feel now?
I feel good.
Yeah, I mean
it was nice. It was nice because also we kind of, the meta a bit shifted right now. So I'm kind of happy that, I managed to play a bit of a different champs than previously. Like I think past year and a half, I was more of a, like you pick Lulu, you pick Yumi over there, and you just take it because I can play laning phase well with those, and then it's like easy. But now, like obviously, I didn't have like the cleanest games of all, but it's nice to a bit shift it a little bit. And I used to play a lot of those like back in the day, like so long time ago. I don't know, season 5, 6, when it was like Trundle support meta. I was always like a big connoisseur. So yeah, I like this meta, and I haven't played it in so long. So it's nice to have a little bit of refreshment right now.
I wanted to ask on that note, I feel like Fnatic maybe at the very start of this patch change, you guys were maybe a bit slow, I think, to adapt. But now that you're here, you feel, you look and you feel a lot more confident. What got you to this position? Maybe what other leagues or what kind of drew inspiration to land on the spot that you're in now? Because you guys look a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to watch some of the LPL like teams, how they actually manage to team fight around those picks. It's very nice to watch players like On or Missing who are just, like exceptionally playing well with those champions. And it's nice to see that, you can do a lot with those, right? Like in EU, I felt like most of the times you didn't really, unless you get like a really insane, flash engage and stuff, you're not really contributing that much, I would say, as far as like, just being like a meal for an enemy team, when they hook you or you hook them, and that's kind of it. So now like I'm trying to figure out what's like, like I still need practice on it and I still need experience. So yeah, but with that, it's nice to see if I can actually manage to, figure out what I have to do in game and do good stuff.
I have a question actually about like drawing inspiration from other leagues such as LPL, LCK. I always find it difficult when let's say that you're playing in Europe, drawing like, I don't know, getting stuff from these leagues because we don't play the same way they do.
Yeah.
So when you're going to be looking at these games, are you looking for specific plays, setups? Because LPL is going to be really fast-paced, LCK is going to be more control. So what are you looking at specifically that you can implement into Europe and your playstyle also?
I mean, for sure, the concepts of how they want to play out the things is really good to understand, because then I can try to put the concept in my team or like try to put it how we want to play. And then it depends if it fits the right situation or not. Because a lot of times, obviously, I think they play way faster, and sometimes it's so nice to see like the team fights are so structured, they know where they want to fight, how they want to fight and stuff. So yeah, it's nice to see from the POVs how they're trying to manage, like to call out what they want to do and how they want to do. And yeah, some team fights as we have seen having past week, some of the team fights are really crazy.
BLG was interesting. I was thinking about On, actually, about this series, something you can pick up, obviously, from him. Let's focus a bit more on this series that we just saw here today. And on stage, Razork was talking about what was your understanding of Team Heretics? I want you to tell me, how did you think you guys improved from last week to this week? And how did it show specifically during this series?
I think right now, like this week, the most important thing that we needed to do is manage to keep our habits, the ones that we built throughout the other week, and just manage, to just have good understanding of what we want to do, I feel like, because sometimes we were getting caught, before we would get caught out, like we still did, like the series, but like making sure that we're on the same page, making sure that we're still talking about the same stuff that we need to talk about in order to win the games. And that's what kind of was this week about. We didn't really, I don't think we learned anything, exceptional that will make us, be so much better. I feel like we just need to now be like, just be good, be able to play well.
Just be good.
Like, just be
That's
good. Like,
easy.
if we're good, then, then we see if we are good enough to actually win stuff or not.
Yeah.
For now, it worked out against Team Heretics.
But I do feel like, in the previous series, when I was looking at Fnatic playing and everything, first there was they need to adapt on the meta, and then mid-game, avoiding these sloppy mid-game fights and stuff like this. And Jamada, I don't know what you feel about this, but it feels like they keep on making progress every game they play.
So what this is more framed for me for like the series against SK, where I feel like SK, and I'm sure you'll probably agree, they kind of did run you guys around the map a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
the one that we lost.
Yeah. So what I wanted to really kind of get a grips on with you was, how do you feel like, maybe also in the same sort of lens at looking at from how you've drafted as well, do you feel like you've shifted your focus in the meta in terms of objectives and maybe giving yourself a clear direction always on the map so you don't really get lost? Or in this case, I felt like you had such strong team comps revolving around teamfying that it felt like you guys just always had a plan around that.
For sure, the team comes in one thing, and the draft was like a big thing for us to manage to figure out how the meta basically is and how it will fit us. But I think also it's more about what we want to do and be sure about what we want to do, I would say. Because I think in first series against SK, we were not really... I think they were playing their game, and we were kind of answering without being too concrete. Like, we didn't really do, we didn't do stuff that we wanted, and we didn't really answer what they did. So they were kind of just, playing their game, playing the map out, and we would like not really answer anything. We would not do much. And then, they had their plays. We were like shocked about their plays. I don't think we were both playing our game and managing to figure out what enemy wants to play the game. And past 2 weeks, I think we've been doing much better job at making sure that we know what they want to do and how we want to do, and then just figure it out on the get-go how we want to progress in the game.
Focusing a bit on the opponent you had today, Team Heretics. Coming into today, we highlighted the similar storyline between you guys, the fact that you're both facing elimination, that one loss here, you guys go home until 2024. And it feels like, as Heretics took a bit of time to find their form, it feels like Fnatic had the same issues. So is there any praise that you would like to give Team Heretics for the improvement, even though it was not enough today?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I think their players stepped up massively throughout the series. I think this series too, I would say, but for sure in the previous one you could see it better, how like their players, were managing to... I think they were losing most of laning phases, but they were always coming back to the game throughout team fighting, throughout outplaying opponents. I think every single member of their team was just sometimes outplaying completely the opponents, right? And that's, that's why they deserve to be here. And, sadly it was either us or them, and that's just how it is. And yeah, like it's not easy to be in like their position.
It's the competition at the end, as sad as it can be. And unfortunately, with this loss, Team Heretics is eliminated from playoffs and season finals contention as well. And to recap, they're here. Trouble is standing by Jankos.
Thank you very much, Laure. Jankos, thank you so much for joining me. It's a tough interview. I don't care about any questions. I just want to ask you to reflect in the past year.
Yeah, I mean, I think sucks, of course, to lose, right? Good luck and good job to Fnatic for winning. If we had the same roster starting from winter, maybe it would be different now, and even if we would lose, we would have enough points to make it to the championship, but we don't. So our year ends now. I think not many people expected us to go so far, and I'm very proud of my teammates. I think that, everyone grew a lot. I think that VTO became more of a team player. I think his map understanding improved a lot. I think he was leading a lot of games. I think that Mersa improved as a shot caller as long as, his game understanding and shot calling, I think he was also leading a lot of games. I think that Mersa now compared to winter is so much better. I think Evie came from different culture, different team with a language barrier, and I think his weak side was like very crucial and how he played the lane towards our victories in BO3s. I think he like really smurfed, and I think FLICKR was like 1v9 machine in so many games we had during BO1. So I think a lot of credit to my teammates. I think they played very well, and it really sucks that we cannot like we cannot go forward, or we cannot try again, or we had maybe not enough time, and we'd never know what will happen if, but we are out now, right? So I really hope that my team takes the lessons from this year and they don't forget them going to next year, and wherever like our path will cross again, like together or against each other, I just hope that they will like remain strong and they will remember what they learned.
I think, Jankos, you forgot to give credit to another very important player in this team, which is you. You have been a pillar in the EU scene, and even though your years in G2 it felt like people thought you were overshadowed by mechanics or new players coming in or new players going. But you have showed what you can do on a new team, and that means a lot. Allow me the comparison of the likes of FLICKR. He started as the mechanical machine and then evolved into the leader he is today. With this in mind, I want to ask you, what are your future goals as a player moving forward?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really know what I want to do right now. I didn't plan on losing, so I didn't plan on like my future. I don't know how much I have left. I'm not sure if I'm going to be competing next year or not. Maybe, maybe no. Who knows? I have a lot of time to reflect, like you said, and I'm just glad that I was able to help Heretics and help my teammates, and hopefully they think good of me as well, right? And I had a lot of fun this year, so I'm grateful for being here, and yeah, just sucks that we couldn't make it further.
And we're very grateful to have you, Jankos.
Thank you.
Thank you for this interview. Thank you for everything you've given to the EU scene, and we're waiting to see you stronger. Do we want Jankos to come back playing next year?
Thank you, thank you.
One more time, guys, for Team Heretics making their way over in summer. Thank you, Jankos. Thank you, Berlin. Guys, over back to you in PGL.
Thank you so much, Trouble, for a really, really interesting interview. Jankos, please stay. We want you in Europe. Please stay here. Come back next year. Trymbi, we want Jankos to come back next year.
Of course. It's only me and him who are the Polish people.
Right.
He has to stay, like otherwise there's no way,
Polska Górą, of course. That's what we want. Okay, let's focus a bit more maybe on the series. Again, you guys did a lot of good stuff. And when we praised your top laner during Reddit Check for his improvements over the course of the year, I feel like he was pivotal today in some fights that we're going to roll right now in the Mastercard play of the day. Game 2, Oscarinin, Poppy ult at Drake. Let's roll the clip now and look at what happened there.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
Uh-huh.
We just put some brushes in. And then Oscar is like, yeah, I'm just gonna ult whoever is in front, And that's what we get. Low brush, there's nothing I can do.
Low brush,
yeah, you look, they're just brushes, like nothing. And then there's
Sloping
4 people
everywhere.
coming up at you.
But it's been such a good champion.
The whole gang is pulling up right now.
Yeah.
So,
I love the way you guys thought about...
He also gets such a good E on Ari, and he CCs both of them. It's like, it's pretty unplayable for enemy team.
He's been playing phenomenal, honestly, over the course of the 2 weeks. And how is he communicating in game? What is Oscar in game actually? We only hear about him after the game. So how do you rate his development throughout the?
I think he's improved a lot as well when it comes to overall just communicating. I think before at first he was just playing out his lane. He was just mechanically playing extremely well, and then he would outsmart the opponents, and he would probably always get out of like a situation when he played weak side and we were playing strong side. But nowadays I feel like he talks so much more and he gives so much crucial information that it doesn't feel, it feels pretty good to, not go bot lane every time and sometimes just go top to collect free kills or, just be able to help him so he can carry us later in the game. That's something that's really nice. And I think he has improved a lot because that's something that, in my career when I saw some of the top laners and I worked with some of the top laners, it was very crucial and it was helping a lot. When you're able to do such a good stuff when it comes to communication, when everyone says top lane is an island, but if from that island there can be one player that he's doing a lot of good job and putting so much work into making sure his team can play, specifically maybe even bot lane, for most part, then it's really a blessing to have such a person around there.
Jamada, what do we see for Oscarinin's future in the LEC as a top laner, given his evolution?
That's a bold question. I mean, to see such growth so quickly, I think is rare in a rookie. So it's hard to say, especially sometimes, rosters are changing very frequently, I feel like in our league sometimes. But I think big things to me. I think he's a very versatile player. He's shown us that he's very capable. He came up from the ERLs playing a lot of, carry champions. He's shown for you guys that he's very happy to sit on weak side picks as well. So he seems malleable to whatever his team environment is. And at least going by your answer, he's also very easy to work with in terms of, just making an environment be an easy one to sit with when it comes to involving your top laner.
Yeah. He's still too young, so don't hype him up too much.
Yeah.
But the ego cannot be there, at least for now.
We keep him humble. Then,
if you win, then sure, like let him be. But yeah.
It's hard being in Easters, honestly. Like, there's a lot of expectations when it comes to the new generation of EU top laners, and you guys making it to season finals. Maybe we're gonna see him at Worlds later this year. So we'll see what happens there. But let's stay focused on what we have here and the match you have tomorrow, playing against XL.
Yes.
There's a lot of stories in this match. Once again, if you guys win, you also lock in Koi alongside you guys in the season finals. You're gonna play against your former teammate Odwamne. Talking about top laners, like, I'm guessing that's gonna be an interesting matchup and an important one for you as well. I was just told recently that XL chose blue side for the first game.
Okay.
Any first thoughts on how you think this matchup is gonna go and the current form of XL?
And for sure, right now in the bracket is a bit crazy. Like this today, I played against my former assistant coach. Sil.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's gonna be Odo, and yeah, possibly if we win, then it's gonna be Hans and Ismail. So it's like it's kind of crazy how like this how the script has gone. I feel like the LEC scripters really decided to go all in today.
They're really good. They're
this
really,
time
really
around. But yeah, XL they looked strong for sure last week. I feel like they've improved a lot. I think from like one split to another and throughout the split as well. I think they were doing such a good job and they found their way, to play in the meta right now. I'm not sure how many cards they've shown during the game against G2 because it was five game series. I feel like, in a games like this when it looks like both teams can win, you might just show, everything you've got, and then it's up to them to see if they're able to prepare a little bit more. And I think especially now when it was only 1 week, right now it's all gonna be about who's playing the similar League of Legends they kind of showed up like last week. And yeah, right now I think for us there will be a little bit less stress on us, I feel like, because of the fact that we managed to qualify for the upcoming later tournament. So right now it's all all eyes are just to win tomorrow and be able to go to finals. But yeah, it's not gonna be as extremely stressful as it was till today.
And it's about like having more tricks up their sleeves, but also riding the momentum. And it feels like with Fnatic winning today, maybe it's more on Fnatic's side. I don't know. How do you rate the?
Asking me to basically give a prediction with the man right next to me. I don't know.
Of course.
I mean, at least the way that I see it, I think when you guys you framed it quite well. I think when you guys are playing your game instead of just kind of letting the enemy team do their own thing and kind of trying to follow them around, I think you guys look great. And I think, at least to me, I think you've shown probably the second highest ceiling alongside G2 this split. That's not to throw shade on XL. XL have obviously shown amazing things as well. Yeah. I feel like though when you guys are on your game and you're all, I think your drafts are thematic and you guys know when you want to pick your fights and you know how you want to approach them, that is to me when Fnatic look the most threatening. On the flip side though, I think that's the exact same thing of XL when it comes to some of their more team fighting orientated compositions too. So at least to me, I look at it as a relatively even series, but I think it's going to be more about, some of these meta picks that were pretty important today, Humanoid Jace, things like this. Is he going to get that tomorrow? I think after XL seeing this series tonight, I kind of doubt it.
I don't know at this point.
Exactly right. And I think the other thing is also the top lane matchup. Not just to bring it up for the narrative's sake, yes, it's your old teammate, but I think, if I was you, I'm sending 3-man up there just for the sake of camping Odo like the old days.
I mean, he had some...
I don't know that I can come top from time to time. So if I have a timing, he better be prepared for sure.
He had some strong words for Oscarinin coming into the split that I will not say on broadcast, by the way. That's completely illegal. But yeah, it's gonna be a great game for sure. But before we go, let's take a look at the championship points to see what's at stake here and remind you guys of what we have left. One spot up for grabs here in the season playoffs. As we said, if Fnatic wins here, they will lock Koi alongside them and XL will be out. And if XL wins here, Koi will be out and XL will be the last team grabbing their seat in the season finals. It's gonna be interesting. So either you save your former team or you save your former teammate. It's all on you, Trymbi.
Yeah, tomorrow will be for sure a bit emotional, emotional. Like regardless of what happens, it will just feel bad, either way for sure. It's just, if you win or lose, it will just feel bad. I always feel bad at the end of the day, even though, obviously, you know, like I changed teams now, and like I'm also like I'm a big friend with Odo. It's still like there's no, I don't think there's a, you know, like how to say it, like better good, like just you know, there's nothing.
You're picking your poison.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. It's not. There's nothing like it will be for sure extremely interesting because right now Excel, right, they're fighting for their lives too, like basically. So they need to showcase a lot of good stuff, and they've been showing pretty good. But yeah, I want to make sure we're able to match it and we'll be able to fight back because they had their crazy series against G2. There was tons of fighting. And I really think that we can match it, and if not, you know, we will make sure that we, if they want to fight and we don't give them the fights we want, they want, and we get ours, we'll be good.
I feel like it's going to be a bloody series once again. But that's a story for tomorrow, of course. If you guys missed any of the action, the rebroadcast is starting just in a few minutes on Twitch. Trymbi, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I don't want to take too much of your time because you have to prep, of course. Jamada, a pleasure, as always. We're going to take the quick PGL selfie here. My phone is disgusting. Sorry. There you go. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, Excel will be back fighting for their lives against this guy in a do-or-die match against Fnatic. Have a good night, everyone, and see you tomorrow.
It's okay, we've got pushing bot. Let's roam Mercer towards mid, but now.
Static shift, V-static shift, Chain of Corruption is out, burst and zap, and not landing the shots for now. Flack at 100! Despite the Baron, despite the team fight, now it is 40
they win the game from this? Is it over? Like what? What's happening?
Team Heretics just find an opportunity.
It's over.
They engage, they punish, they kill Fnatic, and Team Heretics have just won.
They just lost the game, Fnatic.
I can hook in if you want.
I can put this to be annoying.
Look on Ari, okay?
Oh, good. Mega good.
I can't get there.
Bomb them.
Nice.
I seal you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking on Drake.
Okay. Good. Very good.
Care for a can. Back now. Okay.
I seal you now.
No flame. Yes. Care for a can and get still.
You don't die.
Look here. No, Larry. Nice.
Oh, we're gonna find out. Corruption is available. The re-engage, Nature's Cross, teleporting channel, and Jankos may be the sacrifice. Yeah, Dragon was secured. Noah is going to be able to reach all the way back.
What?
Epi's all out.
Look up. I want to die.
Yeah, I'm running. Heavy is batting so hard.
Fucking good at the game.
Nice, bro.
Heavy, you are so good.
Channel. Yeah. He's trolling. Yeah, go. Look. Yeah, guys.
We win. I blast.
Look on Cassante. Kill him. Kill them all. Go.
Very good.
Trymbi is gonna have to reset. He needs to be careful. This reset is really risky.
Down, flash forward, pull backwards. Will not find the route, will not find the target. And Oscar's waiting in the wings. Look at the piercing arrow of the shot block. It's a double kill for Noah.
All cancel. One guy take the raptors, okay?
Pick up.
Vito's running for his life and just follow the shot blast. Follow the pot shots. Follow the long range poke from Fnatic, sending them all the way to the Nexus. Sending them all the way to season finals. And sending Fnatic to a showdown with Excel tomorrow.